Before I talk about blooms, I'd like to talk about my haircut. And actually, I'm going to ask for your opinion. Let me tell you the story about my search for a hairstylist. I previously did a video on it. I'll put the link below. And I was ranting about how I can't find a hairstylist who won't move away and who can't seem to do the haircut that I asked them to do. Now, I do have a hairstylist in the last city I lived in. I've been going there for years. I show her a photo, and she cuts my hair fairly close to it. But since I moved to my new city, I have tried 4 different hair cutters, and none of them have even remotely copied the photo I showed them. Now, I'm going to show you the photo here, and you can determine how well my hair looks now. Let me tell you what happened when I got to the salon. First of all, I made my appointment online, and I chose this particular salon because they had photos of all the hairstylists and a little bio next to the photos. And I decided I wanted someone a little older who was more conservative. All of the girls looked very young. And I selected the one I thought looked the most conservative and maybe slightly older than the other ones. She was wearing glasses, she had a very plain hairstyle, and she said in her bio that she likes to cut short hair. It sounded perfect. So I made my appointment and I went into the salon. It was so busy. Oh my goodness, everybody was cutting hairs. There were like 5, 6 stylists. And someone finally came up to me and asked me if I knew the name of my stylist. And I said, yes. I gave her the name and she pointed out my stylist. And this woman had every color of the rainbow in her hair. There was no color that wasn't there. Every inch of her hair was colored, and she had a lot of hair. And her matching sweatshirt had all the same colors that were in her hair, and she topped it off with some beautiful pink shoes. Now, my face must have had an expression on it. I don't know what it was. But the employee who was standing there just pointing out my stylist said, "Oh, don't worry, she's very good. She is a perfectionist. She'll do a good job." And honestly, at that moment, I was ready to go out the door. I really was, because I thought this is the exact opposite of the person I was trying to find. This was not going to go well, you know. But I took a deep breath and I sat down in the chair. And to her credit, I have to say, she spent about 5-10 minutes just asking me many, many questions about exactly what I wanted in my hairstyle. She looked at my picture, she folded it up and set it on the shelf. And she asked me many questions, details, to get it exactly right. And then she washed my hair and we came back to the chair and she started to cut. And she asked me if I was nervous. And I said, why? And she said, well, you know, you're making a big change. And I said, look, I said, whatever happens, it grows back in 6 weeks. So she cut and it looked pretty nice. This is the first wash, and I can always tell a haircut from the first wash, because if it goes back in place with very little effort on my part, I know I've got a good cut. I'm pretty pleased with it. I was looking for, you know, it to be full up here. I don't want anything close to my head, and I think she's achieved that fullness here and then close in here. So do you think she copied the photo fairly well? Do you think it's a good haircut? Now, I'm going to talk about the bloom section of this video. I am a member of the NC North Carolina Arboretum, and I noticed that they were having a special exhibit, which I always like to go to, and this one was called Bloom with a View. And actually, it was a container garden type of thing. They had put a lot of plants in container gardens and elevated them up so that you could see them. And it was sponsored by a company called Endless Blooms, who apparently sells hydrangeas and some kind of Asiatic lilies. Anyway, it was fun walking around and looking at the exhibits, and I'm going to share them with you now with my commentaries. I know these are two kind of separate things, but I thought I'd combine them in this video. So I hope you enjoy it.
Lily looks Asiatic Lily. Endless Summer Hydrangea. Yellow Asiatic Lily, as well as some orange ones. Calla Lilly.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I think these are the Endless Hydrangia. I'm going to check into this because I'd like something that blooms for a long time. These particular blooms are only about halfway open. Cute little pond, needs some skimming, but the potted flowers are really pretty. This is certainly the ultimate in a container garden, I would say. Calla lilies and Asiatic lilies. More endless summer hydrangeas. These are called Blushing Bride.
Thanks for watching. I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel and clicking the little notification button so you'll know when I post new videos. And also give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video.